increasingly we're telling stories like yourself, the stories of people who graduated here 50 years ago. Because one of the things that I'm emphasizing is that we can't erase your story from ours. It's there forever. And so we're trying to value all of the stories. And so for the couple who was celebrating an anniversary, congratulations. But it's a thing that resonates now, because just on Saturday, a couple of the graduates had married each other. We had their oath taken on Friday, and on Saturday they had their wedding. And so we're trying to connect that wedding with the wedding anniversary of Karen David, our deputy dean. She was married 24 years ago in this week after her graduation. And for me, that's just a valuable story, because it begins to speak about how our legacy intersects with our promise. And that's continually the reflection we're having as a faculty, is that who were we once? How do we reflect on this moment, and how do we promise going forward? My own commitment to the deanery, and I suspect that my gadget is not responding, perhaps because I have too many slides, I'm forced to speak off the cuff now rather than hang on to the PowerPoint. But what we've tried to do with the deanery now, and my team came in March of 2020. I arrived, I was at a previous medical school up in School of Medicine up in Taipei at the Sapat University. And we had just finished an accreditation visit there, and I came down on Sunday the 15th of March to start my job on the 16th. And the first task that I did was close down the faculty, because that was the start of the pandemic. And I don't think any of us can have written the stories that we did in those 2 years. So part of my commitment has been as a deanery team is that we were making a commitment to social accountability. We're really saying, and it's a concept that arose out of the World Health Organization's work, just on making sure that as a school, as a faculty, we make a difference in the world. And I think in as much as all of you have traveled very fast spaces and worked in all sorts of different parts of the world, that's the difference we continue to make. But what I'm increasingly finding is that relationship is at the heart of that social accountability enterprise. So for me, today is very much about relationship. Coming to sit with you in a lecture theatre that I can't imagine that you can put how many were you in the class?
146.
146. So currently the class is at 240. And I can't even imagine that they would ever fit into this class comfortably. But also I think that what's happened over time is that the demography of our class has changed substantially. And then the way in which we admit people into the program has changed. And so the output has changed as well. And then those are some of the stories that we tell about the difference that we're making across the system, both in the health system here and then more broadly in the society. When I just think of your generation, I'm really mindful of your learning medicine in the time of times. There was a serious thing. I mean, when I heard my father graduated here at 53, and the stories he told of how the teachers were in relation to their students then, there was a particular kind of relationship that really was firmly hierarchical. And while that still persists in our system, I think we're developing a teaching system that's a little bit more adapted to taking care of students more directly. Particularly as a lot of our students come from environments in which they have not had the resources that many of us have enjoyed coming into university. I wanted to speak a little bit about, and I think that part I'll leave with I think by now you're quite aware that the university remains very highly ranked. In clinical medicine, or what the category is called clinical and medical sciences, we're in the top 100 in the world. In the area of infectious diseases, which is the IBM's main focus, and you'll see them maybe tomorrow, or hopefully later today, which takes some time. But we rank in the top 10. So for infectious diseases, we're at number 9 in the world. And so what those rankings do is really just to affirm our place in a global community. And I think even as many of our graduates have been to work abroad, there are a whole number of ways in which we contribute to that global we're currently in really serious conversations with the NIH. At the moment, the NIH is about 60% of the UCT funding. UCT is the largest funded agency outside of America that the NIH funds. And so what we're trying to tell them is that relationship is predicated on excellent science that's conducted. And they acknowledge that. And what we're trying to do is engage with the American public to say, actually, do you value our research significantly enough? Because I think you would understand that in these funding relationships, often it's the funder that's determining some of the stories and the questions that we answer. So that's our research endeavor. I think what we've done at the undergraduate level is we are in the process of transforming our curriculum. Many of you, if you got involved in teaching at any point, would recognize that we went to a PBL system, probably now in 2004, 2005, as the university changed the PBL system. And we're trying to talk through that problem-based learning system. We're trying to evolve out of that and see what the transformation issues we have to build into our curriculum. And then we've got a deanery one of our, so what our structure of our deaneries and timing with the dean. My basic training is in anesthesia, I'm an anesthesiologist, I have a PhD in health professional education. And the deputy deans, I suspect that this since Nikki Pagliacci, in fact, I don't think we've ever had two public health specialists in the deanery. So Karen Baird is the deputy dean for undergraduate education, and Tracy Naledi is the deputy dean for social accountability and health system. And that really is the personal dean of our partnership across the system. Then Dr. Professor Khaled Kandara is the deputy dean for postgraduate education. He's assisted by Susan Burgess. And then there's a deputy dean for research. At the moment we have an acting incumbent there, Leanne Mahali. And then we have a